Hello folks, I'm Julia at livewealthyretirement.com. Last week I showed you how to add your website to Google Analytics and Google Search Console. If you missed that, you can find this video on my YouTube channel. I also promised you to make another recording on how to exclude your own visits from showing in Google Analytics. Today we are going to learn two methods of excluding the internal traffic from being tracked. If you find this video helpful, please like and share it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Internal traffic is the traffic generated by you or your team from your own computer or local area network. Why would you want to block this traffic? Because as a webmaster, you visit your website often and you don't want Google Analytics metrics to be inflated by your or your team members' activities. The first method is setting up an IP address filter. IP stands for Internet Protocol. The IP address is a unique identifier of your computer. For some reason, setting the IP address filter is the most commonly suggested method to block admins' visits. However, it has a downside. It only works permanently for static IPs. For most home computer users, IP addresses are provided by their Internet Service Provider, ISP. These IP addresses are dynamic, which means that they may change from time to time. Your IP address will also change when you connect to a new Wi-Fi, in a coffee shop, for example, or in a hotel if you are traveling. Therefore, using this filter, you would need to change it every time your computer IP address changes. Even worse, if you didn't change your location and still working on the same device in the same network, you may not even notice that your Internet Service Provider has changed the IP address of your machine. This means that you might be working under the impression that you are already blocking the internal traffic in Google Analytics, but it may not be the case anymore. I will still show you how to set up this filter because it is so popular, but I personally prefer the second method, which is IP independent. First, let's check Google Analytics page in a real-time view for Build a Blog demo website. This is the site that I built in one of my videos. I am now using it in the consequent video training on building a blog and earning money online. This website was already indexed by Google right after I set it up in Google Analytics and Google Search Console. However, this site is very new and there is almost no content on it, so I didn't expect to see any traffic here. And this picture matches my expectations. So let me now visit my site. Nothing was set here yet, no filter was set here yet to prevent the internal traffic from showing up here. So my visit should be seen in the real-time view. My site is open in WordPress, so I go visit it now. And for those of you who followed me from the very beginning, you can see that I've changed some design. I didn't change the theme, it's still a primer theme. I only changed header and logo and replaced that icon, whatever graphical image, with my own photo here. So we visited the site. Let's head back to Google Analytics. And here is my visit. That's me. Now I'm going to show you how to exclude traffic generated from the IP address of my computer. Find admin at the bottom left corner of the screen and open it up. This is your account settings on the left-hand side. This is verified that this is your website. This is my website, Build a Blog Demo. And we have site data on the right. Find filters here and click on it. So now we have an option, a button to add a filter. Click Add Filter. We are going to create new filter. Give it a name. I'll call it Exclude Me. Filter type, predefined. Select filter type in a drop-down. I open it up and I select Exclude. Select source or destination. We want to exclude traffic from the IP address of my computer. So click drop-down, and here's the option, traffic from the IP addresses. Select it. And the last drop-down box is select expression. So we need this address that we want to exclude be equal to whatever I provide in this IP address field. So I'll select from this drop-down list, I'll select that are equal to the first option. And now I need to enter my public IP address. The public IP address is the one that you can access over the internet. So how do I know what it is? I'll Google it because Mr. Google knows everything. So let me go to Google and say my public IP address. And here is my IP address. I select it, copy it, go back to Google Analytics and paste it in this IP address field. Make sure no spaces. Okay. That's it. Now I have to save it. Click Save. And here is my filter, Exclude Me. If you often go to the same coffee shop or some other place and you need to add another filter, you will do it also here. You can do multiple IP addresses, multiple filters. So now let's check if this actually worked. I'm going to visit my website again, and there should be no notification or no indication of my visit in the real-time view. If that's the case, our filter is set up correctly and does its job accurately. Go back to my website. It's actually still open. So I just click another page, go back home, and this page should be recorded. If filter didn't work, it should be recorded in Google Analytics. Let's hit this home icon, real-time view. And as you can see, it's still my previous visit. I visited this site 5 minutes ago. So no new data is showing up here, which means that filter works. Your dynamic IP address doesn't change often, but you would need to check your public IP address every now and then to make sure that it hasn't changed. If it has, you would need to come back to the admin area of your account, modify the value of the filter, and save it again. And of course, if you connect to a new Wi-Fi, you would want to add another filter excluding that new IP address. So this is basically how you would exclude internal traffic from showing in Google Analytics by setting up IP address filter, but remember that this is static IP address. I am now going to show you the second method of excluding your internal traffic from Google Analytics. I find this method more effective. We will install the Google Analytics Optout browser add-on. It is independent of IP addresses, so change in the IP address won't affect this extension. Google has created this extension mostly for compliance with some privacy laws. You can prevent your data from being used by Google Analytics on all or any website of your choice. Google Analytics doesn't collect any personal identification data. There is no real reason to block it on all sites unless you want to be mean to other website owners and downsize their metrics. But if you set it up to block access on your own website, then your activities on your site won't be tracked and won't inflate your measurements. Let's go to Google Analytics Optout browser add-on download page. You can see the URL on your screen right now. You can enter it into your browser's address bar. It's tools.google.com/DL page/GA Optout. Or you can simply go to Google and Google Analytics Optout browser add-on. In order for me to show you this second method, I need to delete the filter that I just set up in the previous demonstration and make sure that my visits to the website are being tracked again. So let me go back to Analytics, Admin, Filters, and here is my filter. I remove it, confirm, and there is no filter now. So let's go back to real-time view. And I'm going to visit my website now. So we should be able to see my visit over here. Visit site. I click a couple of pages, go back to Analytics. Here is my visit. And we can see that I clicked multiple pages. Okay, so we are now back to where we were at the beginning of this video. Let's now install the extension. This will prevent the Google Analytics JavaScript that is running on the websites from sharing information with Google Analytics about visit activity. This extension is available for several browsers. I'm running Google Chrome, but it's also available for Microsoft Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Firefox, Apple Safari, and Opera. So most popular browsers are all included. Let's click Get Google Analytics Opt-out Browser add-on to install it. Okay, add to Chrome. Add extension. All right, you can synchronize it. I won't do that. And now we have this little icon over here, grayed out. If I right-click on this icon, I can see Manage Extensions. I can go here, and by default it's set on all sites. If I click on specific sites, it gives me prompt to enter the URL. So let me grab URL of my Build a Blog demo. And first of all, let me go back to dashboard. Oh no, sorry. Grab the URL and then go back to dashboard. Okay, back to extension. Paste it here. Click Add. I could add multiple URLs, another new page, but I will leave it as is right now. So now let's see if it actually worked, because that's it. That's all you need to do. Install this extension on each computer from which you are managing your website. So let's go back to my site. Wait, Google Analytics, we are at -6 minutes. Okay, go back to my site, visit it, and now my visit should be blocked, so I should not see it in Google Analytics. Again, let me click a couple of pages just to get more data. If it didn't work, And here I'm back to Google Analytics and there is nothing happening. So my visit is blocked. Google Analytics is not recording it. I went back to my website and this is what the Google Analytics opt-out browser add-on looks like on my site that is allowing it to access its data or block its data from user analytics, which is the extension's main functionality. So if I bring my mouse over this icon, it shows Google Analytics opt-out add-on has access to this site. All right, so let me visit another site. My main blog, livewealthyretirement.com. See how this G is grayed out? So it now doesn't have access to my site, but I wanted to have to block data to work on this site too. So I can click again on the icon, and instead of going manage extension, I can do this. I can say this can read and change site data, and click second from the top on livewealthyretirement.com site. So let me refresh the page, and now it is active. So Google Analytics opt-out add-on has access to this site. This is yet another website, and again, the icon is grayed out. The extension is not running on this site at the moment, and again, I can enable it by doing the same thing. All these three are my sites, but you can do it on any site you visit. Okay, I think that is it. And like I said, the second method is my preferred method because it's IP address independent. I hope this video was helpful for you. You've learned today how to exclude your own visits to your website from Google Analytics, or in other words, how to block the internal traffic to your website in Google Analytics. I showed you how to do it in two different ways. I'm leaving it up to you to decide which one you prefer. And like I said, if you found this video helpful, please do like it and share it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. I will talk to you next week. Bye.